Hi friends, how are you? It is 8:51 and I am curious because as y'all know, first of all, I'm Lehilina, your friendly pharmacy influencer. And as y'all know, for the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years, we homeschooled our kids. So we were out of the school organization type thing, all right? And the other day, for the kids' school, their new private school, we got an email saying that there was going to be, or actually, there was a text, and it said, our first PTO meeting is going to be on such and such date. So I went to it. This was the last week, like literally an exact week ago. And I went to the PTO meeting and I was thinking, oh, we're going to talk about, I don't know. I remember candygrams and, stuff like that at my school, jingle bell runs and stuff like that. I assumed that that was what PTO was for. And I was curious also, like, why is it PTO and not PTA? Anyway, like I said, I've been out of the school realm for a long time. And so I go to this PTO meeting, and literally everything is like fundraisers, fundraisers, fundraisers. And I'm like, that is not what I like. I was thinking more about, oh, maybe they need people like in the lunchroom. Maybe they need volunteers for like hall, monitoring or things like that. That's what I thought PTOs were like to do, like parents volunteering for things like that. But like I said, they were like fundraiser this and fundraiser that and fundraiser this and fundraiser that. And I was like, not my cup of tea. But anyways, I was actually wanting to ask you, what kind of things do your PTOs or PTAs do? I did look up the difference, and apparently PTA is associated with like a national PTA organization. I don't know. And the PTOs are more local, so they get to keep any funds that they raise. Anyways, we've been out of the schooling system for a long time, so it was brand new to me. And so I wanted to know, what kind of things do your PTOs or PTAs do that I can maybe bring up at our next meeting, so that I can be like, hey, okay, so now we talked about fundraiser. Can we talk about something else? Like, can we do things for the kids themselves or what? I don't know. So just tell me, please, in the comments. Let me know. But aside from that, the other thing I wanted to tell y'all was that we got a new BOGO offer today. Like I said, by the way, BOGO, buy one, get one free. And I think I told y'all about that yesterday, didn't I? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I told y'all about it yesterday. And it is still going on. It ends tomorrow. And I wanted to tell y'all that this is that Red Love from our matte liquid lipstick collection. And yesterday I did mention that eyeshadow palette. Remember that beautiful eyeshadow palette that I showed you? And I said, when you buy the eyeshadow palette, you get a free matte liquid lipstick. I've had this on since this morning, because here's the other thing. So we had our PTO meeting last Wednesday, the first one. And then I think either that night or the following night, we got the weekly newsletter from the school. And in it, the calendar event said that today there was going to be a PTO meeting, another one. And I was like, wow, okay, are we having them once a week? I don't know. But even at the meeting last week, one of the ladies had mentioned today's meeting. So I was like, okay, so they were in on that. And like she had mentioned it in the meeting, and I was like, oh, are they going to be doing these every week? But nobody really added to that. So I wasn't really thinking about it until we got the newsletter, and then it did say, oh yeah, PTO meeting today. So this morning I did not go and walk the dog because I had to get ready. And then I took my kids and my husband to work/school. And when I got there, I went to the main office and I get there and nobody is there. And I'm like, hello. So I asked the receptionist, I was like, was there supposed to be a PTO meeting today? And so she went and she asked, and apparently the parents were in a WhatsApp group that I wasn't in yet, and somebody had asked about the meeting, and I guess they decided that the meeting would not happen because we'd had one the week before, and there was a form that they wanted us to fill out, like for finding out parents' interests and talents to be able to see what we would be assigned to and stuff like that. And so they decided not to have the meeting. So I was not in the loop, but I was added to the WhatsApp today. So now I will be informed and I won't show up when it's not and I won't show up when there isn't a meeting. So anyway, after the meeting, I did go and charge Ruby because I drive around a lot. As you guys know, I'm always talking about how I'm always in my car, which I love my Ruby. I love my Tesla. So I don't mind driving her around. So after I left the office, I went and charged her. And then after that, I came home and then I did a few things on my computer that I had to do. And then I had some more errands to run. Y'all know Odette's birthday is coming up, so I had some things to get. And then after that, by the time I finished with my errands and came home, then I did some laundry. I put some laundry to wash and stuff. And then I finally went and picked everybody up. And then on the way home, they were telling me all about their days. Then we got home. And then we had dinner. And then after dinner, we had our weekly activity with the youth in the church. And it was actually combined activity. So I'm the president of the Young Women's Group, which is the 11 to 17-year-olds. And we usually meet just with us. And once a month, we get together with the boys of the church and we have a combined activity. And today we did a swimming party. So we were there and kids love swimming. So it ended up going longer than usual. But they had lots of fun and it was really fun just watching them play. And yeah, and then got to chit chat with some ladies and it was a fun time. And we just got home a little bit ago and my kids are showering after being in the pool. And now we're going to have family scripture study and then chillax for the rest of the night. So I hope you guys have had a great day. Don't forget to tell me about your PTOs and what your PTOs do or your PTAs so that I can maybe bring up some ideas on just, I don't know, building community with the kids and parents and teachers at the kids' new school. So drop down in the comments anything that your PTOs do so that I can be a little bit more prepared for our next meeting. So anyways, that's about it, you guys. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here with me. You guys know that I appreciate your views, your likes, everything, and you are just so wonderful. So thank you again for that. My name again is Lehilina. I'm your friendly pharmacy influencer, and I am going to go and get the rest of my night done. So have a wonderful one, and I'll talk to y'all again tomorrow. Bye.